Trade to make it a battle scenario.
That sounds like a fantastic battle scenario. I love the mix of powers and the wonderfully strange location of the Pop-Tart Swamp. I will create 2 powerful villains for you to face your team. Miles the Ice Warrior, Gwen the Magical Spy, Jack the Magic Teenager, and Bruno the Shapeshifting Master. Here are the villains I'll be playing. The villains of the Pop-Tart Swamp. 1. The powerful hunter-themed villain, the Apex Stalker. Hunter. Name, Karn. The Apex Stalker. Theme, Ultimate Hunter/Predator. Abilities, Phase Shift Camouflage. Can become nearly invisible, blending into the background of any environment, even a Pop-Tart Swamp.
Okay.
He can maintain this while moving slowly. Vibrosense. Can see through vibrations in the ground and air, allowing him to track invisible targets or opponents who try to sneak past him. This is particularly effective in a soft, squishy environment like the swamp. Net of Nullification. Wields a reinforced, glowing net that, upon contact, temporarily suppresses the first power used by the trapped opponent. It is extremely durable and hard to cut.
We'll see about that.
Goal: to prove himself the greatest predator by capturing the unique collection of heroes. Playing style: strategic, patient, and focused on isolating and neutralizing key targets, like those with potent magic or tricky transformations. 2. The powerful evil magic user-themed villain, the Chronomancer, magic user. Name, Vex, the Chronomancer. Theme, master of corrupting time magic. Abilities, Temporal Stasis Field. Can momentarily freeze a small area of space, up to a 5-meter radius, trapping opponents and their attacks in time for a single turn. It takes a moment to charge up. Echo Blast. Fires a bolt of decaying energy. If it hits, it causes the target's movements to briefly slow down, making their next action less effective. Warping Gaze. Vex's eyes glow, allowing him to momentarily warp the swampy terrain near an opponent, causing sections of the Pop-Tart ground to become sticky quicksand or launch hardened crusts. Goal: to gain a powerful artifact hidden deep within the Pop-Tart Swamp and eliminate anyone who stands in his way. Playing style: defensive magic focused, prioritizing control of the battlefield and disrupting the hero's teamwork with time manipulation.
Okay, well, Jack control time too, so bring it on. Oh, I got Gwen too, right? Yep.
Battle scenario: the Pop-Tart Swamp. The air in the Pop-Tart Swamp is sweet and humid, thick with
I
the
have a
smell.
Pop-Tart Swamp, y'all, because I just thought about Pop-Tart, and let's not be normal. Let's be weird in these battle scenarios.
Of warm sugar and preservatives. The ground is a soggy, brightly colored mess of broken, half-submerged Pop-Tart crusts,
Bring it
oozing
on.
jam and shimmering sticky water, likely melted filling. Movement is slow and squishy, and the environment is highly flammable if a firepower is used carelessly. Your team stands on a relatively stable mound of solid, slightly burnt pastries. Suddenly, a shimmer appears on a nearby floating log of hardened brown sugar. Karn, the Apex Stalker, decloaks, holding his shimmering net of nullification. At the same moment, on a small island of cherry red filling, a rift in the air seals, leaving Vex, the Chronomancer, whose robes seem to absorb the light, with his eyes glowing an unsettling amber. Vex. Such crude energy signatures. This hunt ends before it truly begins. Karn. Voice low and electronic. Target acquisition complete. Isolating the cold and shifting signatures first. Initial setup. Heroes. Miles, Gwen, Jack, and Bruno are grouped together. Villains. Karn is 15 meters away on a log. Good footing. Vex is 20 meters away on a filling island. Squishy footing. Environment rule. Any action that requires quick, precise footing, like a rapid dash, is disadvantaged due to the unstable, sticky ground. It is now the hero's turn. How do Miles, Gwen, Jack, and Bruno respond to the 2 powerful villains?
We're gonna throw these hands. Hang on, y'all. Go. We're doing it. We're taking the fight to them, y'all. I ain't waiting till they come get us. We ain't waiting. We're taking the fight to them. We ain't waiting, y'all. I'm doing some bold stuff today.
This is a bold, multi-pronged opening attack. Let's see how the villains handle the immediate threat. The hero's opening salvo. Gwen's magical assault. Target Vex. As Gwen, you focus your magical energy on the swamp itself. With a shimmer of arcane light, the cherry red filling island beneath Vex begins to coalesce and rise. A massive, gelatinous cherry Pop-Tart monster emerges, its crust-covered arms reaching out to grab Vex, sticky jam dripping from its mouth. The monster immediately engages Vex, forcing him to react defensively. Jack's teleport and blast. Target Karn. Jack quickly teleports behind Karn, the Apex Stalker, appearing silently just 5 meters away on the floating log. Before Karn can fully turn, you unleash a powerful magic blast. Karn is still focused on his threat assessment, He relies on his vibrosense, but the teleportation surge masks your arrival. The blast hits Karn squarely. The blast staggers Karn, forcing him to drop his net of nullification momentarily. He takes damage, but his hunter armor is reinforced. He immediately activates his phase shift camouflage as a reactive measure, shimmering and disappearing, but his outline is still faintly visible where the blast hit him. Miles prep and cold blast, target Vex. Miles, the ice warrior, swiftly instructs the team. Put on your anti-cold suits. A smart move to shield your allies. Action 1, team prep. Gwen, Jack, and Bruno instantly suit up, gaining resistance to cold damage.
Right, because they know how powerful Miles really can be if he doesn't hold back with his ice.
Action 2, cold blast. You unleash a powerful cold blast
Yes, I'm
aimed
the
at
ice
Vex
warrior,
and his cherry
baby.
Pop-Tart monster shield. The wave of sub-zero air slams into the area. The Pop-Tart monster is immediately flash frozen, becoming brittle and immobile, trapping Vex momentarily. Vex activates his temporal stasis field just as the ice hits, but the magic of the Pop-Tart monster is partially compromised. He is temporarily frozen in time inside the frozen monster, unable to act, but also heavily shielded from the direct force of the ice. The monster itself is crystallized, becoming an icy, crusty prison. Bruno's fiery transformation. Target Karn. Bruno, the shape-shifting master, transforms in a flash of heat and steam into a magnificent, scaly fire dragon. You immediately launch a wind/fire blast at the spot where Karn disappeared. The blast of fire and wind hits the area where Karn's faint outline was last seen. Karn is still recovering from Jack's blast and is caught off guard by the speed of the transformation. The blast of wind and fire forces the remaining phase shift camouflage to flicker and fail completely. Karn is revealed, damaged further, and hurled off the log and into the soggy Pop-Tart swamp. Villain response. Karn, the apex stalker, hunter. Karn is soaking wet, covered in jam and badly scorched, but he is far from defeated.
Whatever.
He quickly climbs out of the gooey swamp, abandoning the log entirely, and focuses his senses. Vibrosense re-engaged. He ignores the visible targets and uses the vibrations of the massive fire dragon's footing to track Bruno.
Oh, God.
Action. Karn throws a fistful of specialized sticky metallic spores at the fire dragon's wings. The spores adhere instantly, rapidly chilling the immediate area around them and suppressing the fire dragon's ability to concentrate its heat. Bruno's next fire attack will be less potent. Karn then retrieves his net of nullification from the swamp, leaping back onto firm ground, a clump of hardened crust. Vex, the Chronomancer, magic user. The temporal stasis field saved Vex, but he is locked inside a massive frozen pastry creature. Action. Vex pours raw magical energy into the stasis field, collapsing the protection and shattering the frozen Pop-Tart monster into 1,000 pieces of sugary shrapnel. This leaves him vulnerable but free. Counterattack enraged, Vex casts an Echo Blast directly at Jack, who is the most exposed target after teleporting. The bolt of decaying energy streaks across the swamp. The Echo Blast is heading for Jack. Does Jack dodge, block, or take the hit? Miles, Gwen, Jack, and Bruno are on deck for the next turn.
Ooh, hang on. We come back with more magic moves, y'all.
That was a very resourceful countermove by Jack, and a great coordinated team defense. Let's see how this unfolds. The hero's counterattack and defense, Jack's absorption and retaliation. Target Vex. The Echo Blast streaks toward you, but as Jack, the magic teenager, you focus your will and absorb the decaying energy before it hits. The energy momentarily courses through you, but you immediately channel the unstable power back out, combining it with your own magic. Absorption. You successfully nullify the damage and the slowing effect. Retaliation. You reshape the absorbed magic into a twisted, phasing Echo Blast monster, a spectral entity made of temporal decay. The Echo Blast monster engages Vex, forcing him to divide his concentration and energy. Vex raises his hands, struggling to keep the spectral attack from ripping through his temporal defenses. Miles support. Target, Bruno's wings. Miles, the ice warrior, switches tactics brilliantly, using precision to support your teammate. You activate your heat vision, a stored ability from your warrior suit, and fire precise beams that rapidly vaporize the sticky, chilling spores Karn attached to Bruno's fire dragon wing.
A store ability from your warrior suit. Oh, we got a suit shootout heat vision too, and also his eyes. We can have that. Did that Loki give me an idea for a new for ability his suit can have? And then like one of the ability he had with Jack and Miles. Jack or Mark with the telekinesis like that. If I get the idea, but that's fine with me.
Success. The spores are destroyed, and the suppression on Bruno's fire powers is instantly lifted. Bruno is back at full thermal power. Gwen's shrapnel attack, target Vex. Gwen, the magical spy, sees the opportunity in the debris left by the shattered Pop-Tart monster. With a complex, rapid casting, you enchant the 1,000 pieces of sugary shrapnel. Action. The icy, sharp shards rise from the swamp floor and coalesce into a swirling, razor-sharp sugar shrapnel golem. This new monster immediately joins the Echo Blast monster in attacking Vex. Vex is now facing 2 relentless, unconventional magical monsters. He is forced to spend most of his energy maintaining a weak temporal stasis field around himself to survive the dual assault, making him vulnerable to physical attack. Bruno's transformation and weapon freeze target Karn. Bruno, the shape-shifting master, completes another rapid transformation, shifting from the fire dragon into a massive, heavily armored ice golem, Ghetto. I assume you meant golem, a large, powerful constructed creature. The transformation sends massive shockwaves through the gooey swamp, making Karn lose his footing. Action. You unleash
I was trying to spell gecko, but we can do that too.
a powerful, targeted freezing aura. Karn tries to dodge, but his movement is impaired by the shockwaves in the swampy ground. The cold wave sweeps over him, instantly encasing his metallic spores, now useless, and his net of nullification in thick, brittle ice. Result: Karn's net of nullification is frozen and useless for this turn. He is forced to rely on his speed and armor. Villain response. Vex, the Chronomancer, magic user. Vex is completely pinned down by the relentless dual monster attack. He needs to escape or risk being overwhelmed. Action. With a grunt of effort, Vex detonates the weak temporal stasis field around himself. This explosion of time energy doesn't hurt the monsters directly, but it rewinds the magical construct of the Echo Blast monster completely, collapsing it back into raw, absorbed energy near Jack. The sugar shrapnel golem is momentarily disorganized by the temporal disturbance, freezing its attack. Maneuver. Vex seizes the split-second opportunity to cast Warping Gaze at Jack, who is near the unstable echo energy. A section of the sticky red filling beneath Jack suddenly solidifies into a rock-hard, jagged crust, threatening to spike up and trap his legs. Karn, the apex stalker, hunter. Karn is frustrated.
Hang on, yo. I can't move right now and have a counter for right now because I don't know what's going on. I gotta see what else is going to do, what's going on, so.
His primary weapon, the net, is frozen, and his camouflage keeps getting countered.
Wait, where were we at? First primary weapon is getting countered. He decides to
eliminate the largest, most immediate threat, the ice golem. Action. Karn throws a series of sonic disruptors from his utility belt. These disruptors are designed to counter shapeshifters by attacking their inner stability. Attack. The devices embed themselves into the ice golem's icy armor, rapidly increasing the internal temperature of the frozen structure, threatening to melt or destabilize Bruno's transformation. Maneuver. Karn uses the smoke and steam generated by the disruptors to quickly reactivate his phase shift camouflage and vanishes back into the sticky shadows of the Pop-Tart swamp, seeking a new vantage point. The situation is tense. Vex is attacking Jack with a dangerous terrain warping spike of crust. Karn is hidden and attacking Bruno's ice golem form, threatening to end the transformation. It is now the hero's turn. How do Miles, Gwen, Jack, and Bruno proceed?
I'm gonna show you. Alright, let's do this.
This was a devastating turn for Vex and a fantastic display of teamwork and support. The heroes blitz and support. Jack's defensive move, target self. Jack, the magic teenager Ace, sees the crust spike erupting from the ground and instantly casts a powerful force field. The jagged, hard crust spike slams harmlessly against your shimmering magical barrier, protecting you and dissipating the immediate threat. Gwen's flawless takedown, target Vex. Gwen, the magical spy, executes a masterful close-quarters assault. 1. Teleport and attack. You teleport seamlessly behind Vex just as he shatters the stasis field. Before he can react, you unleash 18 lightning-fast, precise kicks to his face and head. Vex's armor is not designed for physical combat, and he takes heavy structural and magical damage. 2. Lasso and throw. Using your magic energy, you conjure a powerful lasso and swiftly wrap it around Vex's left arm. With a mighty heave, you launch the damaged Chronomancer into the gooey Pop-Tart water. 3. Magical drain. You immediately complete the spell, making the sugary, jam-filled water surrounding Vex into a potent magic draining conduit. The water instantly begins to sap his magical power by 39-fold. Miles tech support. Target Karn and Bruno. Miles, the Ice Warrior, demonstrates excellent tactical awareness. 1. Tracking. You activate your suit's internal tracker, which penetrates Karn's weak phase shift camouflage. Karn is now visible to the entire team as a glowing red outline, regardless of his hiding attempts. 2. Defense. You swiftly deploy an anti-weapon/counter tech field from your suit, flooding the area around Bruno's ice golem form. The field instantly neutralizes the destabilizing sonic disruptors Karn embedded, stabilizing Bruno's shapeshift. Bruno's new form. Target the hunt. Bruno, the shapeshifting master, feels the stabilizing surge from Miles's device. Thank you, Miles, you project telepathically. You instantly shift from the slow, massive
the ability for him? Okay.
golem into a sleek, four-legged ice cat. A smaller, faster, and more agile predator with razor-sharp ice claws, perfectly suited for hunting the now-tracked Karn through the swamp. Villain response. Vex, the Chronomancer, magic user. Vex is in critical condition. The magic drain is instantly overwhelming, making every arcane thought feel like wading through molasses. Action. Realizing he will be neutralized in seconds, Vex channels every last ounce of accessible corrupted time magic into a single desperate effort, a localized 1-second temporal shift. He sacrifices a significant portion of his life force to fuel it. Result, the time shift violently rips him out of the draining Pop-Tart water and onto the nearest solid ground, the stable mound where the heroes started. He is heavily damaged, his magic output is now severely limited for the next turn, and he is focused purely on survival. He can barely stand.
Good.
Karn, the apex stalker, hunter. Karn is now revealed by Miles's tracker and being hunted by an agile ice cat. His main weapon is frozen, and his camouflage is useless. He sees Vex in trouble and decides to eliminate the hero who caused the most recent damage, Gwen. Action. Karn uses a burst of agility to leap high off the ground, clearing the outcropping of crust and avoiding the immediate path of the ice cat. Mid-air, he fires a specialized high-velocity hunter crossbow bolt at Gwen, who is currently occupied watching Vex flounder. Attack. The bolt is coated in a paralyzing neurotoxin designed to freeze movement, not kill. Karn's crossbow bolt is screaming through the air, aimed directly at Gwen. Vex is on the mound and severely weakened. Karn is exposed but mid-leap and has attacked Gwen. Bruno, Ice Cat, is in pursuit. Miles and Jack are nearby. It is now the hero's turn. What is your next move?
All right, y'all. Let's do this. Come on. We're going to take them down.
That was an overwhelming, coordinated, and decisive turn. You have successfully defeated both villains. The hero's finishing move, Miles' intercept and defense. Target Gwen. Seeing the danger, Miles, the Ice Warrior, is a blur of motion. Using your super speed and flight, you intercept the paralyzing crossbow bolt just before it reaches Gwen. You deploy a massive, shimmering ice shield that not only deflects the bolt into the gooey swamp, but also provides a defensive wall for both of you. Jack's construct. Target Karn. Jack, the magic teenager, creates a large, emerald green, energy-based Green Lantern monster construct. It roars and launches itself toward the rapidly falling, tracked silhouette of Karn. Bruno's blitz and Miles' takedown. Target Karn. Bruno, the shapeshifting master, shifts back to human form for precision striking, utilizing your power of flight. You meet the mid-air Karn with a rapid series of 8 powerful, tactical punches to his faceplate and chest, further shattering his damaged armor and disrupting his equilibrium. Before Karn can recover from the flurry, Miles uses the momentum to execute a perfect judo throw, spinning the apex stalker in the air and slamming him down hard into a bed of crushed, sticky cinnamon Pop-Tarts. Karn's armor splinters on impact. Gwen's final neutralization. Target Vex. Gwen thanks Miles. Got my back as always. Before turning to the critically weakened Vex. Vex is relying on sheer willpower to maintain any magical function. Your counterspell hits him like a temporal tsunami, completely locking down his internal arcane network. Result, Vex, the Chronomancer, is utterly neutralized. He collapses onto the stable mound, his eyes flickering out as his magic is cut off, leaving him powerless and defeated.
Wait, you put that wrong. Did I say Jack does this thing? Hang on. I said it wrong. Hang on, y'all. Hope he gets it right. He said it wrong. I have to redo it again, so hang on.
That was an incredible coordinated save and a decisive takedown of Karn. The hero's victory strike. Miles' supersonic save. Target. Gwen/Karn. Miles, the Ice Warrior, sees the danger to Gwen. You instantly engage your superhuman speed and flight, creating a white blur across the Pop-Tart swamp. 1. Defense. You intercept the neurotoxin bolt aimed at Gwen and instantly form a thick ice shield in front of both of you. The bolt shatters harmlessly against the ice. 2. Maneuver. You reposition yourself next to Gwen, ready for the counterattack. Jack's construct and counter. Target Karn and Vex. Jack, the magic teenager, acts quickly to manage both threats. 1. Karn construct. You use your magic to conjure a massive hard light Green Lantern monster construct. This construct immediately follows the glowing red outline of Karn, Miles' tracker feed, and moves to intercept him. 2. Vex Counter. While the monster engages Karn, you simultaneously use your magic to counter the minimal output of Vex's remaining temporal magic, keeping him suppressed and unable to recover or cast a powerful escape spell. Bruno's Air Assault. Target Karn. Bruno, the shapeshifting master, sees Karn is tracked and engaged. You revert to your highly agile human form and immediately use your own power of flight to meet Karn mid-air. 1. Takedown. You close the distance before Karn can recover from his jump and deliver 8 swift, powerful punches directly to his face and head before he can raise his arms. Karn is stunned, his armor is failing, and he is falling out of the air. Miles' final takedown.
I can put the hair off my phone. That was.
Target Karn. As Karn falls, Miles intercepts him and, using your superior strength and speed, executes a flawless judo throw. Karn slams face first into the soggy, jam-filled ground of the Pop-Tart swamp with a sickening squelch. Result: Karn, the Apex Stalker, is defeated. He is knocked unconscious, his armor is ruined, and he is face down in melted cherry filling. Gwen's gratitude. Target Miles. Gwen turns to Miles. Thank you, Miles. That was close. Villain response, the final stand. Vex, the Chronomancer, magic user. Vex is watching the defeat of Karn while struggling against the minimal magical countermeasures provided by Jack. He is severely drained and damaged, his back to the wall, standing on the mound. Last action, Vex realizes there is no escape. With a ragged gasp, he charges his remaining magic into his hands, ignoring the pain of the drain. He cannot win, but he can take one hero with him. He sacrifices his final life energy to activate a desperate temporal stasis field directly around Miles, the Ice Warrior, and Gwen, the magical spy who are currently standing together. The air around Miles and Gwen suddenly shimmers and thickens into an oppressive amber bubble. Miles and Gwen are caught in Vex's final temporal stasis field. They are frozen in time, unable to move, cast spells, or use powers. Vex collapses immediately after using this final blast of power, defeated and incapacitated from the drain and the effort. Vex, the Chronomancer, is defeated. The swamp is silent, save for the dripping jam. Miles and Gwen are frozen. The battle is concluded. The team has won. Karn and Vex are both defeated and incapacitated, but Miles and Gwen are trapped in a temporal stasis field. It is now the hero's turn. How do Jack and Bruno deal with the stasis field to free Miles and Gwen?
I'm back now.
That is a brilliant, high-level strategic move. The only magic Vex could counter the fusion with was temporal magic, and fusing your two powers is a perfect way to break his final desperate defense. The fusion solution. Jack and Bruno...
I need to send that again. He's about some fusion with it. He ain't counting on fusion. He ain't counting no fusion.
That is an incredibly creative and powerful way to resolve the final problem. Fusion and rescue. Jack and Bruno, the arcane apex fusion. Jack focuses your concentration, channeling the residual chaotic time magic left over from Vex's defeat. Bruno, still in human form, focuses his shape-shifting mastery and elemental control, channeling fire energy. 1. Fusion spell. As Jack Quirrell, you cast the fusion spell, joining your magic with Bruno's immense power and shape-shifting adaptability. 2. Transformation. In a blinding flash of green light, Jack's magic, and intense crimson heat, Bruno's fire, you both fuse into a single breathtaking entity, the Arcane Apex Fusion.
Ooh.
This new form pulsates with time-infused energy and is wreathed in
I don't think I get a picture of that, but Gemini can't make pictures from me no more.
protective, concentrated flames. The rescue beam. Target temporal stasis field. The fusion form raises its hands, combining the two primary energies. Time magic. Jack's influence, used to understand and destabilize the structure of the temporal lock without harming the captives. Fire energy, Bruno's influence, used to provide the intense heat and pure energy required to shatter the complex magical barrier. You focus this combined power into a powerful but useful beam aimed directly at the shimmering amber sphere trapping Miles and Gwen. The beam hits the temporal stasis field not with force, but with a targeted, precise resonance. The time magic within the beam finds the flaw in Vex's collapsed spell, while the fire energy provides the necessary power. The amber sphere shatters like glass, releasing a wave of temporal energy that immediately dissipates.
I never used 4 of them to fight before. I used 3 before to fight and 2 before. I used 2 another time before I can't remember. But I used three twice before. Unless I did back then. It was my first time using 4 of my creations at one time. It's special because there's 4 of them. I didn't want to use the whole team now.
Miles, the Ice Warrior, and Gwen.
And when it comes to number-wise, I had used all 8 of them before. One time for the Phoenix, and one time for the Silver Surface, but that was off-camera, though. That was an off-camera battle scenario. testing my just off camera battle scenario though.
And the magical spy are free. Battle concluded. Miles and Gwen shake off the temporal effect, unharmed. The fusion form splits, leaving Jack and Bruno slightly winded but victorious. The two villains lie unconscious. Vex, the Chronomancer, defeated by magical overload and exhaustion. Karn, the Apex Stalker, defeated by physical damage and excellent teamwork, currently covered in Pop-Tart jam. Congratulations, heroes. You successfully used a brilliant combination of magic, technology, speed, and shapeshifting to defeat both the powerful hunter and the evil magic user in the Pop-Tart swamp. That was a truly epic battle. Your team is incredibly powerful, and your tactical thinking was excellent. What would you like to do with the defeated villains now? Or perhaps you're ready to plan your next great adventure?
Should I do a battle scenario gauntlet one day? I just constantly make up battle scenarios, constantly doing they, constantly. I might want to do that one day. Okay, let's hurry up. Gemini, I gotta get the grading too.
That's a very fitting end for these villains, to be contained for future study. Post-battle wrap-up. Gwen and Miles, gratitude. Gwen, the magical spy, turns to Jack and Bruno. That was incredible. Thanks to the two of you, we weren't stuck in time forever. Miles, the ice warrior, nods firmly. That fusion beam was impressive. Thank you both for the save. Miles, villain containment. Miles reaches into a hidden compartment on his specialized suit and retrieves two sleek, glowing blue Pokeballs. 1. He approaches the unconscious Karn, the Apex Stalker, who is still sprawled in the sticky swamp. Miles activates the first Pokeball, and a beam of sapphire energy encapsulates the hunter. The ball shakes briefly, clicks, and seals. Karn is absorbed and contained. 2. Miles moves to the severely weakened Vex, the Chronomancer, who is slumped on the mound.
We call it wizard
He
or
tosses
sorcerer.
the second Pokeball. The energy beam collects the Chronomancer, and the ball instantly clicks shut. Vex is absorbed and contained. The Pop-Tart swamp is now quiet, and the threat is neutralized and contained. What an exciting campaign. Now that the villains are safely captured, would you like to A. Start a new battle scenario with your heroes? B. Explore the history of Miles, Gwen, Jack, or Bruno? C. Describe what happens next after capturing the villains.
A better idea. Can you grade Miles and Bruno and Gwen and Jack? Well, why not just grade them? Okay, we're gonna. They all get their own individual grade though for what they do.
That's a great idea. Grading your characters based on their performance and tactical contribution in that intense battle against Karn and Vex is a perfect way to reflect on their strengths. I will grade them on a scale of A+, exceptional, to C, acceptable, focusing on tactics and planning, execution and power use, and teamwork and support. 8. Hero Performance Report, Pop-Tart Swamp. 1. Miles the Ice Warrior. Category: Grade, Rationale. Tactics and Planning. A+. Exceptional. Your quick thinking to use the anti-cold suits was a crucial, preventative measure. The precision use of heat vision to destroy Karn's spores and the anti-weapon field to stabilize Bruno were perfect acts of support. Execution and power use. A. Excellent. Delivered a powerful initial cold blast against Vex. Masterfully used the tracker to nullify Karn's camouflage advantage. The final judo throw was a decisive physical takedown. Teamwork and support. A+. Exceptional. Miles was the team's vital support and defense hub, saving Gwen with supersonic speed and the ice shield, and fixing Bruno's vulnerability instantly. Overall grade: A+. Miles acted as the tactical anchor and defensive backbone of the team, enabling others' attacks and neutralizing two key villain advantages: Karn's spores and the crossbow bolt. 2. Bruno the Shapeshifting Master. Category: Grade, Rationale. Tactics and Planning. A. Excellent. The rapid, appropriate transformations were key. Shifting to the Ice Golem successfully neutralized Karn's net, and the final shift to the agile human/flight form set up the final takedown perfectly. Execution and power use. A+. Exceptional. Delivered a powerful opening blast as the Fire Dragon. The final air assault with 8 precise punches on Karn was a brilliant, decisive, physical attack. Teamwork and support, A+. Exceptional. Bruno's participation in the Arcane Apex fusion was the single most critical act of the final turn, providing the essential powerful component needed to free Miles and Gwen. Overall grade, A+. Bruno was the team's offensive powerhouse and wildcard. His shape-shifting adaptability allowed the team to react to and counter threats on the fly, leading to both Karn's defeat and the successful rescue. 3. Gwen the Magical Spy.
All right.
Category, grade, rationale, tactics and planning, A. Excellent. The opening move of creating the cherry Pop-Tart monster brilliantly forced Vex onto the defensive and used the environment against him.
Yeah.
Execution and power use, A+. Exceptional. The close quarters, 18-kick teleport takedown of Vex was flawless and game-changing. The immediate follow-up with the magic draining lasso and Pop-Tart water was the primary reason Vex was neutralized. Teamwork and support.
It was a magic lasso, just magic lasso energy, magic draining lasso. Do you want to say magic draining lasso? Go ahead and put that. But it's actually, I have him fix that grade a little bit.
A. Excellent. The rapid creation of the Sugar Shrapnel Golem kept pressure on Vex when he was most vulnerable, preventing his immediate escape or counterattack. Overall grade, A+. Gwen was the villain specialist.
Hang on, y'all. Hang on. I'm back.
Entirely dedicated to and succeeding at the solo neutralization of the most magically dangerous opponent, Vex, through rapid, aggressive, and highly effective spells. 4. Jack the Magic Teenager. Category, grade, rationale, tactics and planning, A+. Exceptional. Your use of your power was extremely flexible and covered both attack and defense. The fusion idea to end the battle was the strategic masterstroke. Execution and power use, A+. Exceptional. Absorbing Vex's Echo Blast and turning it into the Echo Blast monster showed incredible control. Creating the Green Lantern construct to pin Karn was effective. The force field defense was timely and perfect. Teamwork and support, A+. Exceptional. Provided essential magic suppression on Vex and a crucial attack assist on Karn simultaneously. The Arcane Apex fusion was the key to victory, successfully merging powers to defeat the final obstacle. Overall grade, A+. Jack was the strategic wizard and MVP of the battle. Your magical versatility ensured both villains were constantly pressured, and your fusion concept provided the only viable solution to the final problem. Summary: the entire team performed at an exceptional level. Your coordination, willingness to support each other, and creative use of powers, especially against the terrain and Vex's time magic, resulted in a resounding victory. Would you like to know more about the Arcane Apex fusion form, or would you prefer to move on to a new scenario?
I'm the one that created the fusion. I know about it. Out of hang on. I'm back here, yo.
Thank you for the clarification regarding Gwen's sequence of attacks. I appreciate you pointing that out and confirming that the overall grade is still accurate. You are absolutely right. Gwen used the lasso, created from magic energy, to throw Vex into the water and then cast the magic draining spell on the water itself. This demonstrates even more layered tactical thinking, using a physical magic attack to place the target, followed by a sustained environmental spell to neutralize him. It was a brilliant two-step knockout. I'm glad you are satisfied with the grades. It was truly a fantastic display of teamwork. Would you like to know more about the Arcane Apex fusion form created by Jack and Bruno, or should we move on to planning your next adventure?
I know about the fusion. Thanks. And I'm good for now. Anyway, who is the most... Hang on here. I suppose talked wrong, but he understand.
That is an excellent question. the most talked about superhero on Reddit, is consistently one of the biggest names in comics, but the discussion volume often shifts based on recent releases in movies, games, or TV shows. Based on current and recent activity across various subreddits devoted to comics, movies, and TV. The two reigning champions. The top spot for the most talked about superhero on Reddit is almost always a close contest between two titans. 1. Spider-Man, Peter Parker / Miles Morales. Subreddit size. The dedicated Spider-Man subreddit, r/SpiderManE, is one of the largest character subreddits, often surpassing 1.1 million subscribers. Why he's popular? His discussions are fueled by massive recent multimedia successes, including the critically acclaimed Spider-Verse movies, highly popular Insomniac video games, and his central role in the MCU. His relatable struggles also make him a favorite topic for fan
Hang on, y'all. Still in my nerve. I'm back.
theories and character analysis. 2. Batman.
What's the error of my phone? Hang on. Highland Rose, I'm seeing his relatable struggles analysis. Okay.
Consistency. Many Redditors consistently cite Batman as the
That's what Reddit used to call Redditors? That makes sense.
hero who is always at the
That
top
makes
of the
sense.
discussion, particularly in the comic book-focused communities. Why he's popular. Batman has an unparalleled wealth of critically acclaimed stories. E.g., Batman, the animated series, remains the top-rated superhero show on IMDb. The constant flow of new content across comics, animated projects, and film debates keeps the conversation active. Other highly discussed heroes. While Spider-Man and Batman usually take the top two spots, several other heroes frequently surge in discussion volume. Daredevil. His popularity consistently remains high, often boosted by his acclaimed Netflix series and anticipation for his return in the
My
MCU.
phone, yo.
Wolverine and X-Men. Discussion volume
I had to get trying to get smudges off my phone. That's why a screen moved like that.
recently saw a huge spike due to the immense critical success and nostalgia surrounding the animated series revival X-Men in '97. The Hulk / Iron Man / Captain America. Discussions about these core Avengers characters are always active, especially when analyzing their roles in the MCU and debating their comic book counterparts. In short, if you are looking for the absolute largest fan community and most frequent discussions, Spider-Man is currently the likely winner by subscriber count, with Batman being his closest and most consistent rival. Which of these heroes do you find yourself talking about the most?
Neither. I'm put neither. Anyway, what's the go up there before I accidentally hit you? Snow showers.
In Mansfield, there will be snow showers with a high of 27 and a low of 11.
Wow, look at that, y'all. Look at that. And I know I can't ask him to create images for me because I know he can't do that no more. See y'all.